So I want to do number 41 on 11.6, which says solve and give the approximate solution to 9.2 raised to the 2t plus 1 is 11.3 to the t. So how is this scary and what do I do to fix it?
You use ln?
Yeah, I probably should use some kind of logarithm. Why?
To get rid of that variable.
Yeah, to get the t's down, right? Fundamentally, the t's are kind of in the wrong place for me to solve. So I should try to get them down to the usual place, right? So why am I using a log to do that? What's the...
Powers.
Do the log and get
Yeah,
the
there's a log rule that says I can drag the powers down, right? Okay, so which log's your favorite log?
ln, the log.
Okay, so some of you have picked log 10, some of you have picked ln. Does it matter at all? Not really. Which one do you want to use today? ln? ln's definitely my favorite log too. Okay, so let's use the natural log. So I get ln of 9.2 to the 2t plus 1 is ln of 11.3 to the t. She walked right out that door, right in front of the car. All right, what should I be doing here?
You should
Now you can take the
Checking to see if she was hit by the vehicle. That's the right answer. All right, so we should take these guys down front, right? This marker is actually orange scented as well. Okay, so I get now what?
Now you have t log 9.2 plus 1 log 9.2.
Okay, so I've got
Log 11.3.
2t plus 1 times log of 9.2, and I could distribute that, right?
Do your T. Put your T.
Where?
The T. Oh, I'm sorry. You're working on that side still. Okay.
Okay, on the other hand side, I've got a
T.
t times
ln 11.3.
log of 11.3.
Why didn't we check the logarithm of 9.2 from the beginning?
So why didn't we do the log base 9.2? My calculator doesn't have a log base 9.2 button, and they want me to approximate this solution. If you know how to stick the variable bases in, right? If you know how to use this button on your calculator, awesome.
Oh, I figured that one.
Yeah, the dorky button. If you can figure out how to use the dorky log button, then by all means take a log base 9.2 of both sides. If you're like me and you're too dumb to figure out how to use that button, then you take a natural log of both sides because that's an easy button to use, right? The reason I'm worried about that button is that they asked me to approximate this solution, right? If I wasn't worried about approximating the solution, yeah, log base 9.2 or 11.3, right? Both of those are good options. All right, so once I'm here, what do I do?
Can you get rid of that one? Don't keep them all.
Wait.
So maybe how about this? Categorically, what is this thing?
Oh, that's
Pink
the
marker's
whole
dead. I don't get that many clean, but over the course of the semester, it's bound to happen. Categorically, what are these two things?
Numbers.
The same.
Yeah, those are just numbers, man, right? There may be different numbers, right? In fact, they're definitely different numbers. But they're just numbers, so treat them like they're just numbers. So I'm looking to solve for t, right? Okay, so how should I solve for t? Yeah, I should get t by itself, right? Okay, so right now I've got t's times this thing. I should probably distribute that through. Okay, so when I distribute, what do I get? 2 ln of 9.2,
No.
right? That's all a number, times,
Oh, times, that's right. 1 times ln,
no,
L, T, what?
times t. I just forgot a
Oh.
t.
Okay. Oh,
And then I've got plus,
now do the 1 ln.
so I need to take this number, right? And distribute it onto this piece and that piece, right? So I got 2 times the number, times t, plus
ln.
ln of 9.2, right? Just whatever that number is. Okay, and this is equal to
T ln
t ln of
11.3.
11.3. Okay, now what?
Now you multiply, I guess. No, you factor it. No? Just strip.
How about this? If I had 7t plus 3 was equal to 5t,
Oh.
what would you do?
Bring it over the other side.
Okay, you get the t's to one side, the numbers to the other, right?
Yes.
Okay, so which things here have t's in them?
First one.
Yeah. This guy's got t's in it, that guy's got t's in it. This dude doesn't.
Right.
So I gotta put those two things together and that guy on the other side.
Minus 2.
Yeah, so I'd subtract that one, right? So I'm just subtracting 2 log of 9.2 times t's, right? That's the equivalent of me subtracting 7t, right? I'm
Goes
just
on
moving
that
that
side.
stuff, and this is a number, right? So I've got, what do I get on the left-hand side?
Minus T ln. Why?
Yeah, so this guy went away, right? Cancel. So I've got log of 9.2, and on the other side I've got a
T ln.
t times a log of 11.3 minus 2 logs of 9.2 t, right? And all this is really freaking scary, right?
Because when I used to see.
But remember, this junk here is just a number, and this junk here is just a number.
Couldn't you
So
take a
separate
T
our
out?
t's.
Yeah, so now I should factor a t out, right? So I've got log of 9.2 is t times what?
Natural log of 11.3 minus 2 natural log of 9.2.
Yeah, right, the first number plus the second number. And yeah, that's a really nasty looking number, but it's just a number, right?
Yeah.
You guys see this whole thing here is a number? So to get t by itself, what do? Yeah, just divide. So divide by that stuff, right?
If we had switched it and we had the negative log 9.2 over the positive log 9.2 over negative log 11.3, would that
That
still
sounds
be correct?
great.
Oh, you mean if you had moved this to that side and
Yeah.
this over?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'll
so
be the
that
same
doesn't-
thing. No, you'll have a negative on this side and the opposites of these.
Okay, I just want to
Yeah.
make sure it's still.
Just whatever you're doing, be a little bit careful. You could stick this together with some log rules, right? I would kind of advise against that, but you could do it. So I personally would be getting, all right, t is what? ln of 9.2
Over
all over
ln
Yeah.
11.3 minus 2 ln.
How come the log rules don't work on that?
They do work. You could certainly do it.
Oh, it just doesn't need to be done.
Yeah, you're just gonna get, so if you did log rules for this, you'd get t is log of 9.2 over log of, 11.3 over 9.2 squared.
Just a complex
Oh,
factor.
yeah.
This is not worlds better, right? I have to remember to put the 2 up first, and that's why I'm kind of not recommending it. Well, because I can reliably type this into a calculator, I'm not sure that my getting the right log rules is going to happen. Cool. All right, so this was solve, right? This is the exact solution. Now they wanted t is approximately 2. So how do I punch this whole mess in a calculator? Preferably without screwing it up. Okay, so I punch the ln button.
And the comma's already there, so you put in the 9.2 and then another comma.
No, you divide.
Parenthesis, right?
I mean parentheses, but then.
Yeah, so I put in 9.2, I put the other parenthesis.
And then divide, a slash,
Which way is it?
that way.
Okay.
And then you do the parentheses again.
Yeah, and now you need parentheses around the whole bottom.
Oh, you don't press that one.
You gotta do the parentheses.
Yeah, if you press ln again, it'll just divide by the first one.
Oh, good, okay.
So you need parenthesis, ln, it'll put a parenthesis,
11.3,
then you'll need an 11.3, and don't forget to close this.
parentheses.
Minus.
Parenthesis,
The minus button, not the minus, the.
Yeah, the minus button, not the negative sign button. Right? You could do plus and then push the negative sign button, but otherwise it'll yell at you. It won't let you get away with that. It'll yell. So I've got minus 2 ln parenthesis 9.2.
Parentheses.
Close that parenthesis, and then I've still got this one open. So I need to close that one too.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see what we got.
Negative
1.1
102.
ish. Cool. So there's my 2 answers. I've got exact answer, approximately equals answer.
I didn't get it.
Didn't get a negative? Let me see. You guys dirk this up? Ah, you dirk this up. So this first thing needs a closed paren. If you forget to close this parenthesis, what's your calculator doing?
Quit.
It won't quit.
Oh.
It'll give you a number.
Then I did something.
If you forget to close that parenthesis, it'll give you the answer for, let me write this in a different color. T is log of 9.2 divided by log of this whole thing. 11.3 minus 2 log of 9.2. You guys see that? If you forget to close that parenthesis, it's logging everything that comes after it.
Okay.
So that'll be wrong.
Okay.
Cool? All right, other questions on these?
No. Can you do
I'm gonna have,
carbon dating one?
I would expect to have one of these in the form of a PERT model, right? So the PERT models have this step in them. So I would expect to see something like this on the exam.